Well, this enterprising young attorney in A Time to Kill, Matthew McConaughey, are you an opportunist or are you an idealist in your character
In the character, Jake Brigance, a little of both. I think he starts to realize the, I guess, the idealist side as a reality as he grows up through the film towards the end. You know, opportunist, I'll go ahead and say, we'll throw ego over there with the opportunist, you know. Yeah. We'll throw the soul over with the idealist. He has both. He goes through, he has a large arc, he goes through enough where the opportunist side, it gets down to survival. And I think when you get to survival, it's not like, what's the next opportunity? It's like, I've got to survive, so what do I need to do, ideally and realistically?
Well, in defending the accused murderer, Samuel L. Jackson, you lose your house. I mean, your marriage is on the rocks.
My secretary's husband's been attacked by the Klan who attacked him because I took the case, and now he dies of a heart attack. Yeah, there's about 7 different conflicts that go on.
Not a profession for the faint of heart, I guess.
No.
I'd like to have you take us back, if you would, to the University of Texas at Austin. As a film professor, I have recommended many people to go down to that film school because what I've seen of it was very impressive. What did that do for you as a young actor / filmmaker? And I know you're going in those directions too.
I was in director school first. I was in there for 1 year. And my idea when I went into director school at the University of Texas was that directing was this dictatorship. I learned on the set of Dazed and Confused, which was my first film, and which I did in between my junior and senior year, how wrong I was. It also, that practical side in something like in the business of filmmaking, that was the best education I could have gotten. To see how much of a collaboration it is, to see all these creative minds work, if you get everyone working towards the same goal, how a crew can work. To understand a character-driven story, to ask after each scene, is that true? Do I believe it? That's what I like to ask as a director and an actor. Do I believe it?
So film school is not just theory, but it's practicality.
So you're hitting these.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. Keep going?
Yeah.
Film school?
Yeah. So a film school has its practical values. It's not just an ivory tower experience for you.
No. I mean, I'll say this, after my experience of Dazed and Confused, on the acting side, I was a much better filmmaker when I went back to school. My senior year, I understood filmmaking much better. If there's anything I could have gotten out of, you have to learn a technical side, I understand that. You have to learn a technical side. You need to know how to tell a story with pictures. That first lesson, without editing, That's what gets you into it. How, this is a medium, we tell stories with pictures. But I just have to say, I did have a large advantage and a much better understanding after getting a practical experience. And I would say if you're going to study film and you're starting off, the best thing is to go try it. Go and screw up. Get your Bolex out there. Go and just try something. Get your video camera. Try to see what works, and take that risk and screw up, which you will. And each time, and then you will just get better.
Let's talk about your acting, too, as we go out of here. I, among others, maybe really first noticed you in Boys on the Side, the straight arrow cop, Abraham Lincoln. Here, I guess you're a straight arrow, too. Is there some upright quality about you that maybe cast you? Did Joel Shoemaker share anything with you about that we could believe that you might be a person with ideals? Is that a quality you can bring?
I think so. I mean, I have ideals. I feel, like I have a large responsibility, and I want it to be on the good side.
I mean, they say that lens is ruthless, and if we come in upon a face and we doubt that person's sincerity, that role is dead.
You don't believe it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I am an idealist in a lot of ways, but I'm very practical. I think practicality wins out. What can we do? I mean, what are your actions? What do you do? Yeah, I believe we all have a personal responsibility. I think I do. Now I think I have more responsibility than I did a year ago with the opportunity now that I'm given.
And within the last year now, with Lone Star and this, Boys on the Side behind you, you're really kind of on a crest. Do you see yourself in another couple of years still riding that crest, or are you pacing yourself? Kind of careful not to succumb,
Yeah, I can't say. I don't have a specific strategy. But I will say that a year ago, I was looking for work. You know, people say, so why did you choose this? I said, I didn't choose it. I got to work. I said, I get to work. And then it just turned out that it's such a great role and a great story. Now I have the power of some choice now. You know, I can get it down to, I've had the opportunity to get it down to a few and go, this one, I'm going to have to cut some losses. There are not enough hours in the day. I can find something not just that is special, but it's really special. That really means something. And there is no rush. Lean horse for the long ride, which is what I'd like to do, and do good work, have a library that I can look back on that I respect, is not about, let's see how many.
Yeah. Now, the movie may be called A Time to Kill, but I think this is also a time for Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you right at this time in your
Thank you.
career,
It's a nice
Matthew.
time in my life. Thanks.
Real pleasure. I'm John Tibbetts, talking about A Time to Kill in New York City for KCTV5. And I really appreciate the kind words.